pledge, you know, from scouts, I just said,
Yeah.
I still think of that when you get done.
Here.
Here. I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Your support? Support. Moved and supported, all those in favor say aye. First, to begin with, I'm gonna say I'm calling this special meeting to pay the bills, to approve the minutes. We need to make a motion to remove Mosby's name and her deputy's, Kim's name from all accounts at Mercantile Bank. I am sorry for the confusion with the cancellation of Thursday night's meeting. I was not going to have a quorum, I also was not ready. I also mistakenly scheduled it for Thursday morning. I canceled it. I then scheduled it for Friday evening at 6 p.m. Ryan said I couldn't because of Veterans Day. I canceled another meeting only to find out that from 3 attorneys that I could have had it on Friday. Thursday night at 5 p.m. I posted the special meeting for Saturday morning at 10:30 p.m. Sorry for the confusion, it's all on me. At this time, I'll have the reading of the minutes. October 13th, 2022. Meeting called to order and opened with pledge by Supervisor Phyllis Larson. October 13th, 2022 at 7 p.m. Members present: Supervisor Phyllis Larson, Pauline Stebbins, Treasurer Kathy Killinger, Trustee John Black, and Trustee Steve Cole. Approval of the agenda. Motion by Steve Cole, seconded by John Black to approve the agenda. Voice vote. Motion passed. Special guest. 2 representatives from Tamarack Library with information on all the programs offered in the community. Clerk's report approved as read. Treasurer's report. Fire Department $95,987.59. General checking $218,366.63. Tax account $13,225.17. ARPA fund $238,143.07. Building fund $150,646.93. Interest for September $76.99 for a total of $497,321.09. Approved as read. Fire Department. Fire Chief Pat Carr reported Winfield Township has a 10-year contract with Lakeview Fire District, and July 1st was 5 years. Everything going well. Zoning. Zoning Administrator Dave Kelsey reported 6 permits for September, and any blight issues will be handled by the Sheriff Department. Roads. Received check from Indian Lakes for their part of the limestone for the road and parking to the meeting hall. Steering Committee. Dennis Arnold and Steve Cole reported on the building steering committee as to what they are working on and had 2 building plans and costs for the township board. Phyllis Larson read the minutes from their 2 meetings. Dennis reported bids for perk testing. 1. Badge Brothers Excavation, Howard City, $750. 2. Picture Perfect Excavating, Lakeview, free work donation. 3. Larson Trenching, Howard City, $150 an hour, not more than $300. Drew Molitor reported to the committee that Global Land Solutions in Lakeview would do the township property survey at little or no cost. Motion by John Black, seconded by Steve Cole to have Global Land Solutions to do the survey and Picture Perfect to do the perk test on the township property next to the Larson Keeler Park at little or no cost. Roll call: Kathy Killinger, yes. John Black, yes. Steve Cole, yes. Pauline Stebbins, yes. Phyllis Larson, yes. Motion passed. Township Board thanked the 2 Township County Commissioners for the ARPA money from the county and has been deposited in the building fund for a new hall. Motion by John Black, seconded by Steve Cole for Pam Larson to apply for an application/permit for the perk test up to $200. Roll call: John Black, yes. Steve Cole, yes. Pauline Stebbins, yes. Phyllis Larson, yes. Kathy Killinger, yes. Motion passed. Payment of bills. Motion by John Black, seconded by Steve Cole to pay check number 4498 through check number 4530 plus IRS deposit of $1,910.66 for a total of $47,675.75, of which $27,964.30 $1.30 was road contracts. Roll call, Steve Cole, yes. Colleen Stebbins, yes. Phyllis Larson, yes. Kathy Killinger, yes. John Black, yes. Motion passed. Board comments, Kathy Killinger, none. John Black asked if the township had a report back from Bloom Sluggett on solar. Phyllis reported it's not clear at this time. Steve Cole, A&R, not selling any wood fund. Colleen Stebbins need audit next year, July, to be legal with the ARPA fund. Motion by Steve Cole, seconded by Colleen Stebbins to have Mark Campbell do an audit next year for safety and legal on township and ARPA funds. Roll call, Colleen Stebbins, yes. Phyllis Larson, yes. Kathy Killinger, yes. John Black, yes. Steve Cole, yes. Motion passed. Public comments open at 7:45 p.m., closed at 8:10 p.m. Motion by John Black, seconded by Steve Cole for the November meeting, start at 6 p.m. Voice vote, motion passed. Adjourn. Motion by Steve Cole, seconded by John Black to adjourn at 8:12 p.m. Vice vote, motion passed. Respectfully, Colleen Stebbins. Is there any questions or corrections?
Well, common sense, instead of vice, it should have been voice, but
Yeah.
just a typographical error.
Okay, are there any other corrections or comments? I'll entertain a motion to approve these minutes.
Motion to approve.
It's been moved and supported to approve these minutes as read. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Treasurer's report.
General capital improvement fund, $95,103.22. General checking, $164,043.56. Tax account, $20,429.08. Municipal funds, which is ARPA, $237,950.44. Building fund, $150,546.93. For a total of $668,073.23.
Okay. Are there any comments or questions about this? If not, the treasury report will stand approved as read. Okay, I have a report from the steering committee.
Oh, thanks, folks. Mr. Plummer, I'm George Hubbard, Chairman of the Steering Committee. Most of the reports from last month, I'm going to give you some updates to what's happened since the last month when Dennis and Steve gave an update, because I couldn't be here that night. But since then, first of all, the perk test we had done, we had the health department, it was $195 for that permit, we authorized up to $200, it was $195. We got that done. Last Monday, we had Picture Perfect here, 3 people from the health department. Steve was here, Dennis Arnold was here, and Phyllis was here. And Picture Perfect started digging the holes. They did 2 test plots. The first one they went down about 11 feet and they hit sand. The second one's about 50 feet back to the east from that first one, and they hit sand at 7 feet.
7.6.
Or 7.6. So right around 7 feet, they hit sand. They didn't do any more test holes. The person from the health department said that's good enough. That's probably the best you're going to get on this piece of property. And we don't know for sure. We don't know if there's going to be a building. And if there is, we don't know for sure where the drain system will be. But that was to the northern part of the property. And there's 2 big mounds of dirt out there. If someone has it or wants to go out and look. They marked them both. And that's, and the one to the east is the one that was down at 7.6. Hit sand. So coming back this way, it could even be less, but we don't know. He told us we have to find out exactly what size of building and all that stuff down the road. But from the 3 visits we made from a couple of months ago, and looking at Township halls, we were guessing we were going to want somewhere around 3,600 square feet, based on what we found from the 3 visits we did. So just given that the ballpark, and we're talking bathrooms, probably a couple of stalls in the women's, maybe 2 or 3, and then 1 or 2 in the men. 1 has to be handicapped, 2 sinks. He said probably, first he thought maybe 1,500 square feet. And And then when he talked to Dennis and she bought some more things, said, well, maybe you could get by with 1,000. So we don't really know, but somewhere between 1,000 to 1,500 square feet. And you have to dig all the clay out down to that sand, has to be 3 feet down from your elevation. So our best guess at this point would be if we could put the green field where they mark it in that area, we'd probably have to dig out about 4 foot of clay and fill it with 4 foot or 3 foot, somewhere between there, of washed sand. Which is a lot less money than we had been told before that it might be, as far as size of it and how deep. We were told it might have to go as deep as 14 feet to get sand, and we hit it at 7 and 11. So that's good news. So that piece of property well perked. That was kind of one of the first tasks we asked our committee to do. Took a while, but we finally got it done, working with the health department and everything. So appreciate everybody's help on doing that. Then the second big thing was the survey, and Global Solutions have finished the survey. I gave you a map there, it's really small. That's a survey from Global Solutions. Had lots of questions since they got their stakes up out there. I'm not a surveyor, so I can only tell you what I found out from the surveyor. And that's, there's no question on where we possibly want to build the building. And since then, Dennis Arnold and actually Tim was with us the other day. We went out, we took stakes for steel fence posts, and we marked all the posts where the surveys are at in the corner of that property. And so they're out there, they're big tall stakes now, and they're all painted orange. So if you drive out to the park and want to see the property to the west of the park, you will see the 4 stakes. Well, 2 of them. The grass is pretty tall, but if you walk a little bit, you can see them. They're all marked, and there's no questions on that piece of property. And that's very clear. The question becomes on the park, and you didn't ask us to do anything with the park, but Global Solutions was surveying that property, and to get the points from 46 and where all the surveying they're doing, so it just made sense for us to refine those stakes for the park. So they did that. Well, if you go over there and look, the question then comes from the greenhouse on the corner of First Street there, instead of that property line going straight, you see in that map, it jogs into the park, and that's the old railroad grade, and that goes to that property, according to the survey, and then the rest is the park. And the GIS maps, global systems that they have there, says we own all the way to the woodlot, but we didn't find a stake there. And Jay said that he would get back to us and do some more work on that. Thought maybe we'd go with John Larson because he may have some more information that. So far, we've been to the county to get legal descriptions, register of deeds. Dennis and I have been to the road commission. Dennis has been there another time and talked to him on the phone. So we're trying to find out all that information. The old plat map is, I don't know, I guess that's not it, but Amber was plotted out real in streets in small lots, and some lots are bigger than others and some are smaller than others. Lots 5, 6, 7, 8 go across the be where the backstop is in the ball field. Those lots are 5, 6, 7, 8, and they're quite wide. The lots at the top go from lots 12 to 16. They're a lot narrower, but we own more lots, and it goes right over real close to that greenhouse, which I'm sure was a shock to him to find a stake right there by his mailbox. That stake was put there by Tingley's, not the guys we have surveyed. They found it. There's a rock right in the same spot. It would come out the same place that Tingley's did. That's the stake. So he's going to do some more double checking for us on that survey, but he's a certified surveyor and he says this is it. So I think we've got that done. So that was the 2 big tasks I think you'd asked us to do, as well as visit the buildings, come up with a couple of floor plans, and we did that. You saw those last month. One of those has been revised. Northern Michigan, pole barns, or Michigan's a pole barn out of Grand Rapids. They've got a new picture, and we've got that. You can share with you today if you like it. So we've got that. And we got a new floor plan, but it's about the same. We're looking 3,600 square feet, 40 by 90 approximately. That's what we've been working with, trying to, and then you can always go downsize and make things smaller, or you can even go bigger, but even then, cost, I'm sure, is going to be the final issue. And of course, we haven't asked for any kind of quotes or final quotes or bids or anything. We did get that one rough up estimate, and I think Dennis probably gave that to you last month. Just for the metal building, we think it might be somewhere around $230 to $240, but we have no firm quotes or that's just for the structure. That's no parking lot, no electric, no water, no cement floor. Rule of thumb, you can double, so somewhere around $500,000, $500,000, we're probably guessing that something that size could be less. You never know until you actually get a set of specs and it's bid out to those specs. See,
The gentleman from the pole barns called me yesterday, or actually last night while I was at work. And he says, I'm not gonna give you an exact price because I know that you're not supposed to. He says, but I wanna give you a rough guesstimation so that you can bring it to the board. He said that for the building completed, right around $350,000.
that would be good.
That's that, and he said that instead of having the in-floor heat through the entire thing, he would strongly suggest just having that part of it in the offices. He says, if we go the rest, he says, it's probably gonna put us up over 450, maybe 500,000.
That makes sense, 'cause that's what we were talking about, for the whole building, and maybe we don't need it. We had no idea.
He said,
We were just trying
he
to
said
gather
he would be
information.
putting in, a multiple bid deal so that it
Break it.
covers different.
Yeah, and that's it, we don't have any specs, we didn't really know what the board wants, so we've just been trying to gather some information, so hopefully help you, give you a little more clear idea. And then, so those were the big things you've asked us to do, and we did those. A couple other things that we've got on our list that we have taken care of, the sewage and well, we don't have that permit, we cost $195 just to get done what we did. If to proceed, there's actually a permit you have to get and pay for that. I don't know the cost of that. Your address, we have to have an address for that location if you're gonna build over there. There's no address for that, it's vacant land. And we've gotta go to the equalization office to do that, that permit's $35. Said she could get that within probably 2 or 3 days, we'd have an address for over there. But she said there's no need to do that until I'm sure you're gonna build and ready to go. So that's just something down the road. And then the location of the property has to be surveyed. We think we have that done, but there's just a couple questions, so we'll find out more information about that if we can. Some blueprints and drawings, like I said, we've only asked 2. I think Drew Molitor did talk to DeWitt Lumber, and they said they're not interested at this point, we didn't have enough information. So they really didn't wanna do anything at this point, but we have talked to them. So I guess that's pretty much it, all the other things are things we've been working on, but. And we do have a meeting set for in December. Our question to the board was, do you want us to have that meeting, we can shoot ahead and keep trying to finalize questions on the survey? I guess that's the only one we have. And do you want us to do more things, or to move forward, or are we at a standstill and just say, let's just wait and put things off for a while and next month meet?
That'll be up to the new board.
Yeah, so I didn't know if we should meet in December or not. I think we're scheduled December 14th, and I'm not sure when the December board meeting's gonna be.
It'd be the second Thursday,
Okay.
but, the new board will meet before that, I'm sure.
I'll know we'll be in touch with them and see what they want us to do. And we are sending out thank yous to Global Solution for their donating what they've done so far with all the survey stuff, and to, Picture Perfect for doing that. So we're gonna send out thank yous to both of them.
Okay, good.
That's kind of where we're at and what we've been doing over about 4 meetings, so I really appreciate all the help from the committee. Everyone was on that, we were appointed a 7-member committee, and it was Steve and Dennis Arnold and myself, Pam Larson, Kathy and Doug, Johnson and Drew Molitor were our committee members, so on behalf of the 7 of us, we thank you for.
Well, we thank you for the job you've done. You've done well.
Thank you, and that's where we're at.
You've done well, thank you very much. Now, I skipped a part here. We need to have a motion to remove Colleen's name and Kim's name from all the bank accounts at Mercantile Bank.
So moved.
And support.
All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, same sign. And now, the new board will go to the bank, and with to sign the new signature. But that needs to be approved at your meeting, because you have to take the minutes with you. So Pauline will get these minutes to you so that you can take them with you. Okay, at this time, then we'll just pay bills.
Motion to pay bills,
Mm-hmm.
check number 4537 through 4577, plus the IRS of $1,453.54, with a total of $22,876 and a penny.
Second.
Kathy?
Aye.
John?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Pauline, yes? Yes. Okay, at this time, comments from the board. Kathy? Do you have any comments?
No.
Okay. John?
Is it being recorded or is it not being
Yeah, it's
recorded?
being recorded.
I think people that supported me, I tried to make the best decisions I could. And just I'll be moving into my next chapter of my life, so wish me the Lord good on.
Thank you, Jim. Steve?
Well, people probably ain't like what I got to say, but I'm gonna say it anyways. I'm really sorry and ashamed of this township for being tore up the way it is. I hope that in the future this township can heal. Because right now, the way it is, if I could afford it, I'd move out. When I moved into this township, neighbors helped neighbors out. They didn't backbite, there wasn't all this garbage. And that's just what I think it is, garbage. And that's all I got to say.
Thank you, Steve. Pauline?
Well, the first thing I'd like to do is I would like to thank everyone that supported us, and myself for the last 30 years. In November, marked me 30 years on the township board. I would also like to thank Crystal Hatfield for running the election. She done an excellent job, and for all of my workers for the last 30 years. They have been excellent. The last ones that I've had, Brenda, Jennifer, Alicia, Kim, Eileen, Anna, have been really, really good. And I've had more compliments from other townships on how well my people have worked. And that's a lot of, because others, all these other people have got election inspectors. But mine have been on the top board for quite a while. Also, I have passed, they have, with me, have passed 3 state elections audits. That's pretty darn good, because a lot of the other townships have not passed that many. Also, I've had 15 audits, state audits, and I have passed each one of those with no problem. We just got the audit back, I got it back, Friday, and Kathy and I have passed this last audit. I think that's a good record for Winfield Township. So thank you very much. Really appreciate all the help I've had through the years. And I'll see you.
Okay, thanks, Pauline. supporting us and helping me over the years. But my best wishes now to those who opposed us in the township for the future. I wish them well. Ryan told me Thursday that the new board will not rent the hall out for public use. I've canceled the rental for the 19th. I have informed the 4-H Winfield Hustlers that they will no longer be able to use the hall after 50+ years of using the hall for meetings. I do have one request, that the new board will honor the rental for Thanksgiving Day. A gentleman called me in October to rent the hall for his family's Thanksgiving dinner. November 7th, he met me at the park, signed the rental agreement, and paid money. I'm asking that you honor this rental agreement, as it's too late to find another place now. By the time the votes are certified and you are sworn in, and you have a public meeting to make a motion to not rent the hall, it will be too late for them to make other arrangements. They are not related to me or any other board member here. I will be willing to open the hall on Thanksgiving morning and close when they are done in the afternoon, unless you change the locks before then. We will put any records that we have in the cupboards and lock them in. We've never had any issues with people trying to access the records that are here. If there are too many records and equipment to fit with your permission, we will keep them until Friday the 25th and bring them in then. Please allow this family a stress-free Thanksgiving. Thank you. And now I'll open it for public comment. I just asked the Winfield residents first, and 2 minutes, state your name, please. Okay, go ahead.
Alright. I wanna congratulate the new board and all you people for the vigilant fight that you put up. And just so you know, that your planning commission has 9 members, you all know that. 2 members' terms are up each year, 1/3 of your planning commission. So 1 year, there's 3 people gotta be either reappointed or new people. The next year 2 is the law. Now with these appointments, John Black, when his replacement signed in, he's off the planning commission too. His term exists as long as he's an official. The chair of your planning commission, Chris Rader, his term ends when she's out. So you have to replace the chair, just so you know. The person's, let's see, the chair of your planning commission term expires when Phyllis was voted out of office, or when she is assigned to the new one. And the new supervisor, you need to appoint a person, possibly chair, person you can trust, lead the planning commission in the direction the township wants to go. And now you need to figure out whose terms are up and appoint someone to fill those seats. My opinion, get rid of the Apex appointed or recommended attorney. Mike Homier out of Grand Rapids is a good attorney. He's Seville Township's attorney for everything. In case you get in a lawsuit, he's the only one that's won in federal court against Apex or Invenergy. And I also included a conflict of interest policy that you need to institute, the new board does. So when you have these problems, you don't have to worry about, am I conflicted, am I not? You know, as you know, I'm on a planning commission. If there's something conflicts me, I'll step aside. We have a thing going on right now where I told one of my members, you gotta set aside. You're conflicted, you do business in this area, you do business with these people, not a problem. You know, it should be that easy and that simple. And with that, I rest assured, I'm done, and thank you for having me.
Anyone else?
I would like to make one more comment once I heard about this 4-H. That's been meeting here at the town hall for 3 generations. And we met in the fire barn before the town hall was established. And I hope that's not done because of this controversy over wind. I don't know what. It's been one of the main glues that's held this township, the Winfield Hustlers 4-H Club.
As soon as we can figure out security and getting everything, all the records in, you know, we're the only township that has all the records at someone's house. So bring in 30 years of records from Colleen's house, you know, who knows how much that is, where it's gonna go.
But they have been using the town hall for monthly meetings forever. And that is a pretty important part of the community.
postpone it for just a little while until I get the records figured out, locked up.
I don't know who the leader is right now with the club.
Jackie Nettle,
Jackie Nettle.
over there in the corner.
I'm Kathy Hawk, and I would like to thank you guys for all your service. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Kathy. Next. Kathy?
Not from Winfield, from Township, Kathy President. I just wanna thank everybody that supported me. Constituents talked, and that they wanted Pat back, so, but thank you, I appreciate, I've met so many good friends, and I'm so excited to know more people in the county. I've made some really good friends, and I appreciate every one of you. I hope going forward, we find it in us to be kind to everybody, to speak respectfully to everybody, to listen to what people have to say, which you did. And I just have one comment. I am not a stupid woman. I was called a stupid woman by somebody on the board, and I'm just saying out loud, I am not a stupid woman. I am a mom, I'm a grandma, I'm a wife, a sister, aunt, you name it, I am. Friends I have, but one thing I am not is stupid. So be careful with your words, they get back to you. So good luck, Ryan. There she is. Ken, good luck. You guys are gonna move this place forward, and I look forward to that. Thank you for your service. You guys were here a long time, but sometimes it's just time for a change. So here we go.
Thank you. Someone else? Jeremy?
Chime in, I want to piggyback a little bit on Steve's comment with the destruction to the community, and to put the focus once again, that is on the developer who brought that here, that's not pro-wing, anti-wing, that's the developer. And with that said, you know, we moved to the country to get that country atmosphere, not just the looks of the fields, but the people. And John, how many different people you have that will come, you know, help farm, help harvest. We see guys from the other side of the county where the farmers help each other out. Outside of a lot of that, there isn't much community here. I mean, everybody just kind of shelters, and some of that's, you know, since COVID, I mean, it's been the last couple of decades. But this experience has put me in awe with how the community comes together, and how friends come together. I mean, there's so many people in here that, I mean, at the tiniest hint of us having